Turning no more. Go, go, go.
Welcome on in, people of the Not Move podcast. It's your host Jimmy with my boy Ja and the new guest Southgate. What's going on, family?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
good?
All right. So coming off the UFC London card, Movsar Evelev got a controversial win over Lerone Murphy with the point deduction. People were saying it should have been a draw. It should have been Murphy's game, Murphy's fight. I just think Volk needs a needs a name like Evelev on his resume, just because the Diego Lopez beating him twice doesn't do as much as beating a pure grappler like Evelev, or even like a striker like Murphy. So I just feel like Volk needed new blood. It didn't matter really who won this fight. Um, Controversially, like I don't know, Evelev winning by I don't know, split with the 2 point deduction. I feel like it was kind of a bit of a robbery, but I mean, it was the most Evelev has ever stood up in a fight. He wasn't just immediately doing takedowns. It was the most he was willing to actually throw with Murphy. So that was it was one of the more entertaining Murphy fights that or Evelev fights that I've seen. Murphy just couldn't. No, he was hanging in there and he was winning a majority of those rounds. It's just there was no kill shots. It looked like more of a sparring match than an actual number one contender match, which what it was supposed to be. Um, what else happened on that card? MVP, just not a very. It's an MVP fight. MVP fights like a point fighter. He didn't really do much. I think it was like 8 total strikes after like the first round. Very. It's you know what you're gonna get with an MVP fight. It's that's more of a sparring match. They're just staring at each other, not really doing much. Sam Patterson couldn't get nothing going. Couldn't get him on the ground. Just kind of looked at each other the whole time. Not very entertaining. Um, what else happened? Ewo got a crazy knockout. Knocked out a dude in 30 seconds. Danny Silva knocked out Curtis Campbell, the homeboy from Liverpool, on his debut. He's out of the Cub Swanson camp. That was a pretty impressive thing just to show his skill there. And I think that's pretty much it. Except like that was noteworthy from that card to me. Chanel Dyer got a KO start. That was a she's looking good to rise up the rankings in her division. Fight news wise, we got rumors that Islam's coming back in August. According to a Dana White comment on Instagram, they said Islam coming back in July, and Dana White said no, August. So I think we're getting Islam in August. And rumors of a Max Holloway Conor McGregor fight at 170 are going around, which would be interesting.
Oh
I know
boy.
how you feel about that, Joe. You a
Yeah,
Holloway boy like myself, so
yeah, I just don't like. I think Connor should just retire. I don't want
I
to
think
see
that
Conor McGregor fight in 2026.
I mean they just want someone to stay in a strike with them, and Max is that guy. And Max said he don't want to cut weight. If Connor doesn't want to cut weight, he don't want to cut weight, and he can do it. I feel like Max is just one of those guys that could stay in a strike. Max got the speed, but Connor's got the power,
He's
so
gonna
it
knock
could make
Conor out.
it could make a good fight for real.
What was
I
Conor's last professional fight?
He got smoked by Dustin.
No,
Unless you're talking about the boxing match by Floyd, but last time he was in the MMA ring, he got Dustin took him.
So wait, the last time he was in an MMA ring was before the boxing match.
Yeah.
no,
And yeah.
Floyd. No, he fought after Floyd.
Yeah, he came back and got beat by TP. The Diamond smoked him. It's like,
No, after Floyd was he lost to Khabib, and then he got then the what's it called and all that stuff
Khabib,
happened.
Khabib was before. Whatever.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure it was after. No, Khabib
no,
was after
Khabib,
because I mean he fought Floyd when he was double champ, did he not?
nah, Khabib was before. I promise you. But
Uh,
other than that, I mean, Gable Stevenson, he signed with RAF. I think he's going to be on the contender series this year. He's the John Jones prodigy, the crazy wrestler. He's been in John Jones' camp. I think they're going to probably get him on Contender Series this year, just because they want Contender Series to have that like little touch of Contender Series. This guy was went on Contender Series and became champ, and they've done that with a couple of guys. So I feel like he'll do that. And then I did see the average fight for this Netflix Jake Paul card. The average age of these fighters is like 34, 35. Muhammad Makayev being the youngest one out of all of them, which is kind of funny. But I don't know. It's just a bunch of guys trying to get a bag. I mean, it's competition for the UFC in a way, but I feel like most of these guys got their name out of the UFC, so they're just here to get the money and put on a decent show. Um, and I think
No,
that's
they're
really
just here for the money. They're not trying to put on a decent show.
I think that's really it for fight news. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. So, Southgate, if you want to run it up with the first fight,
Yep, it's going Saturday, 5:10 Eastern. Alexia
Friedman.
Danara versus
Yeah,
Bruna Brazil. Danara's -700. Brazil's +500.
yeah, Brazil has beaten Thainara in the past, 5 years ago, I believe, or maybe even longer ago than that. She's goes off a win loss, win loss, win loss. She's a striker, but I don't know, Alexia Thainara. If you see the odds, you know why. She's a submission specialist. She has a consequence in what she does, and I think you know I think she just comes out and dominates. Probably finds a submission. Like I said, with the whole added bonus of finishes, get more money. A lot more people are getting finished, and people are hunting for those things. So I'm gonna go Thainora by submission. Submission.
I actually
Oh,
agree.
all right. The next one is 5:35. Ricky Simon -166 versus Adrian Yanez +138.
Yanez is a slick striker, but he's just been he's been inactive one, he's been out for a while. And he was the last guy to make Rob Font look good, and Rob Font smoked
Okay,
him.
that's why I never heard.
Rob Font hasn't been good since that fight, to be honest with you. Ricky Simon is a crazy. He's a pressure based fighter. He's going to be able to get like Giannis is a good striker from distance, but when Simone's going to put him on his back foot, I don't know how good of a striker he can be. Simone's been in the UFC for a long time. He's a crafty vet. Um, and he's just been able to hang with a lot of guys. I feel like he's going to. With the mixing in of the takedowns with his pressure boxing, I think he wins the decision here.
Okay.
Very
Uh,
interesting. I think there's a finish in this fight. I think in saying winner, I just think he gets a finish. He's going to be more aggressive.
well,
Okay.
it's Simon to win by decision, and then the next favorite would be Giannis to win by knockout.
Mm,
Yeah, Giannis by knockout.
So
all right.
that the next one is 6 o'clock. Navajo Sterling versus Bruno Lopez. Sterling is -590. Lopez +430.
Navajo Sterling's out of the City Kickboxing Gym. He's trains with Izzy and all them in New Zealand. With he's a really good striker. Good flow. Makes a He's had a lot of these fights where he's been set up fights, but he hasn't been able to get the KO. But he's fought good competition. He's fought Bellato. He's fought what was it, Aslan too, as well as someone else. But he's been in these spots to like slowly build him. I thought they were kill spots, but he hasn't able to put anyone out yet. He was able to he's got 4 KOs and 4 decisions, but all his decisions are UFC guys. He hasn't been able to
Mhm.
finish a UFC guy yet. Brazil is a pretty good grappler. He's underrated in the grappling. That's like the base of his game. He's an all right striker. He just has been getting smoked recently. He's been knocked out in the last couple of uh, his past 2 fights, I believe. So I'm gonna lean Navajo Sterling, but I'm gonna say he keeps his decision streak alive. I don't think he has. I just haven't seen the killer instinct from him yet. So if you want some juice, I'm gonna go Navajo Sterling by decision, not by points. I
Yeah,
think.
it's actually much bigger odds. The knockout is a pure favorite.
Mm,
So I'm gonna go. It goes to decision, but I'm gonna say his decision streak ends with him losing. It's gonna go to
mm.
decision, but he loses.
Okay, you got okay. Word.
All right. The next one is 625. Casey O'Neill minus 118 versus Gabriela Fernandez plus one. Oh, even money.
Yeah, Casey O'Neill's been out of the game for a while. She's a good striker, but that year and a half layoff is keeping me from picking her. Gabrielle Fernandez is like a monster for the division. She strikes with purpose and consequence. Casey O'Neill has the volume striking. She's a faster striker. But if you're looking for power and you're looking for damage, and if they're judging it off of that, which that's kind of how some of these like decision wins go in uh, women's MMA, man, is just how they look at the end of the fight. I think Gabrielle Fernandez is going to come out with the decision win just because her power being able to dominate in the fight over Casey O'Neill's volume striking.
Fernandez by knockout. I think
Well,
the
Okay.
power is gonna get to
Fernandez
him.
by
It's either gonna be.
knockout is second favorite plus 210. O'Neill by points is plus 160.
Mm.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Fernandez by knockout. I'm sorry. That's the third favorite. That's plus 550. So you make nice money if that comes out.
Soft and
Um,
heavy hitters, man.
yep. The next fight, Saturday, 650. Mawson Tybura.
Tabora.
Am I saying
Yeah.
that right?
Tabira.
Yeah,
Tabira.
Tabora. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And is plus 120 versus Tyrell Fortune, who's minus 142.
Yeah, Tyro Fortune, he's a Bellator guy. Fought in the lights out KO thing a couple of times. Hadn't really fought nobody of consequence in his whole MMA career. Uh, this is his first like UFC fight. Tabura was supposed to fight Walter Walker, but Walter Walker pulled out, and um, Fortune stepped up. He does train with Waldo Cortez Acosta. He has cornered for him before in the past. It's just the UFC experience and the guys that Tybura has faced. I'm gonna lean towards Tybura. I know that he's like a D2 wrestler and he's got slick striking, but he just hasn't fought nobody of consequence. And I just think Tybura will just kind of body his way through. I don't think a knockout's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a Tybura decision personally, but we'll see.
Tabira UD like just
Yeah, I
lopsided
hear it.
victory. I think he lopsided like he. I think he absolutely dominates.
We on the same page.
Well, it's Fortune by knockout is the favorite. Then Tybura by submission, and then Tybura by points.
I hear you. We're going for the long shot odds here.
Okay. Next up, 715. Chase Hooper minus 310 to Lance Gibson.
Yeah, Chase Hooper, solid, like incredible ground game, really good jujitsu. Got knocked out in his last fight against Hernandez, but I don't think Gibson's got the consequence in his hands. He's a all right kickboxer, but the base of his game is jujitsu as well. But I don't think his jujitsu is up to par as Hooper's is. So I think Hooper's going to find a way to either it's going to be a submission or decision by Hooper. I'm going to lean submission just because, like I said before, $50,000 is a nice little bonus to be hunting, man. So that's why I'm going to go with Hooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hooper by decision now.
Okay, Hooper by submission plus 190. Hooper by points plus 220. Hooper by knockout plus 500.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Okay,
Hey, you
last
never know.
prelim, you got, bear with me on this one, boys. Ignacio
But
Bahamondes
yeah, that's how you.
versus
Yep, that's how you say.
Tofik Musa. I don't know.
Yeah,
Musayev?
yeah, Messiah. Yeah, you was there.
Musayev, okay.
Messiah.
Yeah, you was there.
Wait, I'm sorry. Bahamondes is minus 310 to plus 250.
Yeah, Bahamondes is a really good all-around fighter. He's got really good striking, and he's got a really good ground game because he trains with Bilal. So he's in the Bilal camp. So he's got a solid base on the ground. He had finishes on the ground as well as his pure striking on top. He's a really well-rounded MMA fighter. And also the reach. He's 6'3", and Tofik is only 5'9", so I'm gonna go with Bahamondes to get him out of there.
You got him by knockout?
Yeah. Or
yeah, that's the favorite plus 190.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Or what I could see happening is Tofik gets stung up on the feet, then he tries to dive in for a takedown, and then Bahamondes is able to gilly him and submit him. So I could see knockout or submission by Bahamondes. I probably would lean knockout, but I wouldn't be surprised if he submitted him. It's just Tofik is like we missed his prime. His prime was in like 2019, but it was when the pandemic happened, so he wasn't able to come through on the UFC at the time. Yeah, so what you think, Joe?
I'm gonna just go with the opposite of you today. I'm gonna just say he loses by decision. Do I have a reason for it? No, but I go for the underdog.
Now we're off to the main card. 8:15.
We can hold on. So let JB run the ads real quick.
Coming up with BetUS, the sports book that lets you wager anywhere in the country.
And we're giving you a massive edge. Use promo code NOTMOVE when you sign up and get a 100% match on your first 3 deposits.
Plus, there's a 200% crypto bonus up to $27.50. Football, hoops, baseball, soccer, it's all in play.
Think you know sports? Ride with the underdog. Get in on Pick'em or Best Ball. Make your moves and watch the games come alive. Play $5, get 100 instantly when you sign up with promo code NOTMOVED. Turn every drive, dunk, and homer into a payday. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and start winning.
Need some new Not Move drip? The In the Wickets hoodie just dropped. Super soft fleece, heavyweight feel, and the official NMP patch on the sleeve. Tap add to cart, check out, and let us handle the rest. In a couple days, it shows up at your door, ready to rock. Rep the podcast from the couch to the tail.
Oh, the Orphan Elimination Chamber tee just dropped. Fresh out the box. Look at this.
That print is nasty. Chain link O, silver hit. It's tough.
It's soft too, y'all. Fits right. Little drip for the Elimination Chamber weekend.
We rocking these all season.
If you're part of the Not Move fam, you already know.
Jump on it before it's gone.
Grab yours now at Not Move Shop.
Today's episode of Not Moved is brought to you by Open Goal, the world's #1 backyard goal. If you love soccer but hate chasing balls into the neighbor's yard, this thing is a game changer. Its rebound net sends missed shots right back to you, and the side nets keep your landscaping and your windows safe. It's perfect for kids, for training, or just having fun.
Today's episode of the Not Moved podcast is brought to you by Walmart.com. With our storefront in the Walmart app, you can get everything you need, pick up or have it delivered.
We ordered dinner while recording and it showed up before we wrapped.
Better good sweet corn and burrata ravioli.
Nuri protein drinks, even St. Patrick's Day treats.
Walmart.com.
Episode of the Not Moved podcast is brought to you by the MLB Shop. They have every team's gear, from classic caps to World Baseball Classic hoodies, all official and all ready for game day. Tap the link in our bio to head straight to the shop and snag your favorite merch.
Basketball nights just got even bigger. With NMP and MyBookie, you can bet on every matchup, no matter where you live. Tap in, pick your spread, and watch the action unfold. Start wagering in every state with NMP and their sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Use promo code NOTMOVED for up to $125.
The Not Move podcast is fueled by W Energy. Smooth, jitter-free focus, and flavors that slap. Mango, berry, watermelon. Whatever gets you locked in, they've got it. Hit up W.GG, use promo code NOTMOVED, and snag 10% off your order. Stay not moved, stay energized.
Today's episode is brought to you by the NFL Pro Shop. If you want to rep your squad with fresh gear, this is where you get it.
Jerseys, hats, hoodies.
Even the sideline stuff. It's all there and it's all official. Hit the Not Move link in our bio. Gear up for
right here on TikTok. The Not Move podcast presents you Southgate's Parlays. Break the bookies, not your bank. For just $9.99 a day or $49.99 a week, you get the daily fire picks delivered straight to your phone and a direct line to Southgate himself in our private Discord. Tap the link, grab your membership at NotMoveShop.
Not Move, fam. Southgate edition just landed and it's fire. Check the tee, watch out for the skis and the wickets. Hockey stick, cricket wickets, all vibes. We got hoodies, mugs, caps, beanies, whatever you need. Cop yours before they...
Southgate got a couple promos at the end.
Yeah. I'm moving up in the world. Okay, let's get into the main card. At 8:15, we got Terrence McKinney minus 180 to Kyle Nelson plus 152.
Now, if you know anything about Terrence McKinney, you know he's all or nothing, first round or bust, man. So
I feel like he's been on the last couple of cards, has he?
Yeah, he comes through and he goes. It's either he's getting. Recently, he's been putting people away, but he's first round or nothing, man. He goes balls to the wall, in the first minute and a half, or like if he's not getting them out of there in the first round, he's cooked. And he's been
that's right. So.
He's a pretty. He's been doing pretty good recently. Kyle Nelson's pretty. He's an all right striker. He has kind of a ground deficiency, I would say, and Terrence McKinney's pretty solid on the ground, so I could see like Terrence McKinney just kind of bull rushing him, uh, tapping him up on the feet a little bit, and then getting the takedown and trying to ground and pound his way up to a win. So I'm gonna go with McKinney. I'm gonna go with the bull. But if this, I would say under 1.5 is a really solid bet here, just because McKinney gasses and Nelson could get him out in the second round very easily. But I'm only with the side of T-Rex, man. I'm gonna go McKinney.
You call McKinney a T-Rex?
He got small arms.
Funny because he has the reach advantage. But
yeah.
McKinney gasses out in the first round, and because of that simple fact, I don't see this ending right away in the first round. I see him having a very good first round, but then after that, it's over. He's going to lose the next 2 rounds. I got Kyle by decision.
He only got Kyle getting him out of there. He's just okay.
That's Kyle by points will play very nice, Jack. I'm going to remember that. All right. 8:45. We got, bear with me on this one, boys. Mansour Abdul Malik.
Yep.
Mansour.
Yosri Belgaru.
Yeah. Yusri Belgaru.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Malik is minus 140. The other gentleman's plus 112.
Yeah, Yusri's out of the Pereira camp. He trains with Pereira. He's a really solid kickboxer, like really good. He was able to compete with Pereira in kickboxing. He followed him over to the UFC. I believe he beat him in the kickboxing match as well back in the day. And what he did to Bukoyev in his last fight, bro, it was absolute madness. I have Bukoyev because Bukoyev was a really solid grappler. What he was able to do, stopping the takedowns and just absolutely piecing him up on the feet, was fantastic to watch as a masterclass. I know Abdul Malik, he does have the grappling advantage and he does have the longer arms, but he doesn't really get his grappling going too early and too often, and he doesn't really have the strikes to be of consequence to Usury, in my opinion. He's out at Extreme Couture, the Sean Strickland gym. So we'll see how that goes for him. But I'm going to lean Usury. I'm going to lean towards the striker here in this matchup. I know he doesn't have the reach, but he's the better striker of the two. And I believe with the speed he has and just going to be able to outwork him on the feet.
Oh, Malik?
Yeah, no, I'm going Usury.
Oh, because you said he has the reach advantage. That's what threw me off.
Malik's got the reach advantage. My fault.
No, Malik has the reach advantage, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So what do you guys, knockout point, submission?
I see usually by KO late or decision. I would say let's do KO. Let's do KO. I'll do KO. Usually
okay.
KO.
You got plus 310 odds on that.
I have Malik by KO.
You got Malik by KO?
Yeah.
That's actually the favorite, plus 230. All right. The next one, 9:15. Julian and Rosa versus Larry Douglas. Larry Douglas is minus 325. Julian is plus 250.
This is
my dog fight.
Debut fight, by the way.
Yeah, Larry came off a Contender Series, knocked out 5 guys in a row who all have had good records. But Julian Rosa has been in there with some dogs, man. Like he's been around the block. He's got a good stand-up game and he's good on the ground. I know Larry trains with Cub Swanson in that Danny Silva gym that was able to KO Curtis Campbell last week. So maybe their gym's hot right now at the Bloodline MMA. But I'm gonna go against him again, man. I'm gonna go against him again. I'll take the dog Julian Erosa because he's got finishes standing. He's got KOs and he's good on the ground as well. He's got submission wins. He just took a round off of Melquizael Costa, and Melquizael Costa just knocked out Dan Ige. Melquizael's top 5. Or he's going to be in the division, going to be fighting for the chip soon. And he beats guys that that are on the rise. And I feel like this is another guy he stops. He beat a Sean Woodson. He beat a who was the other guy he beat? I can't remember off the top of my head. But he beats these contenders, dude. And I think this is a tough draw for his first fight. So I'm gonna go with the Rosa.
I'm gonna go with Julian as well. No, actually,
Hey.
no. I'm going with Douglas. I'm gonna go with Douglas. I think he pulls off the upset. The little guy. I think the little guy is gonna win today. Whether it's by knockout or decision, I can't tell you, but I think the little guy pulls it through.
Okay.
All
Good.
right.
Good. What we saying?
No, I was just gonna say I'm going with the Rosa. I mean, it could go either way. I wouldn't be surprised. That dude's powers and crazy is really crazy. But if like what he does, he just does over like hooks over and over and over again. And if he's not doing that, he's doing a little low kick. So I feel like he can get figured out. I probably would lean Arosa by decision or submission. I don't think he's getting knocked out, but I would lean one of those two ways.
Let me give you the odds. Douglas by knockout -150. Douglas by points +500. Arosa by submission +650. Arosa by knockout +700.
Jeez. You're
So there you
disrespecting
go.
Julian here.
The next
Yep.
one, 945. Michael Chisa -750 versus, I believe I heard this guy get knocked out a couple times.
He
Nico
has
Price.
Nico Price. Yeah, he
Yeah,
just
Nico
got
Price. That's literally what he's known for at this
Nico
point.
Yep,
Price just got smoked like literally a month. I
he
think
did,
like
right?
just over a month ago. Yeah, Michael
Yeah.
Chiesa. He's I don't know what this is probably his retirement fight. He's from that area. Submission specialist. He's the grappler aficionado. I feel like I want to take Chiesa by decision just because I don't feel like he can get Nico out of there. But I mean, he could find a submission. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Chiesa, but I'll go with Chiesa by decision. I don't think he.
Well, actually, Chiesa by submission is the favorite at -120.
What's decision?
If you want decision for Chiesa,
Yeah,
is +220.
that's what I'm going. I think Nico survives, man. Nico. I mean, Chiesa has no threat on the feet. Like he's not going to be able to strike with Nico, and Nico can just survive a little bit. I'm just gonna go with Nico surviving for a little bit, and Chiesa gets it on the books.
I think Michael wins however he wants. I think Nico can a lot. I think he can go out. I don't see him likely him going out, like getting put to sleep. But he's either going to lose by this. Like Cynthia just said, decision or finish. I think I'm leaning more towards finish than decision.
You
But yeah,
taking submission there?
yeah, I'm leaning more towards like a submission. Hey, we giving a woman love finally.
Yeah, Grasso.
Yep. The next
Yep.
fight, 10:15. Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber. Macy Barber's -192. Grasso was +154.
Yeah, here we. Barber on an 8-fight win streak or 7-fight win streak. She's surging up the ranks. She does more. She does a lot more volume striking. But it's kind of like I said earlier with the Fernandez fight. Alex Grasso, um, she's the stronger striker out of the two. She is coming off of two losses, but it was to Shevchenko and Natalie Silva. So two of the best in the class, like literally a champ and the number one contender. So I'm not really gonna peg her too much or for that those two losses in a row, two of the best in the division. Macy wants to get the chance to get to the chip. I just feel like people are sleeping on how good Grasso is. I'm not going to tax her for losing to the champ and the number one contender. I think Grasso wins the decision. Both of them are really good strikers. Both of them great on the pretty good grapplers as well. I feel like if Grasso's hitting her shots and making Barber fear the hand, she's not going to be able to do the pressure style that she wants. So I'm gonna lean Grasso here.
I think it's closer than people think. I'm going Grasso again, but I think it's a lot closer than people may think.
Grasso by points is +210.
Barber,
Grasso submission or knockout, you can make a lot of money.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
All right. The last fight, 10:45. Israel Adesanya
Yeah,
and
Adesanya.
Joe Pyfer.
Yep.
Israel's -150. Joe was +122.
Yeah, the fact that Izzy's this low, like he's only a favorite by this much, is kind of crazy to me. Joe Pyfer, he's got power in his hands for sure, but he doesn't have to do any setup. He's just like he just throws the overhand. He doesn't do any setup with his punches or nothing. He can mix in the grappling. He's really good on the ground. But I'm gonna go with Izzy, man. I think people are sleeping on how good Izzy is, which is crazy to say after what all he's done in the sport. With the big cage, he's gonna be able to sorry, it being in a big cage and not the apex, he's gonna be able to use his striking style, flowing really well, hitting from the outside, not being able to, be hit. He got caught early when the Imavov fight because he came back too early from the eye poke. That was a mistake by him, and he took the time. He took a year off, which I know I'm not a typical fan of taking a guy who is coming off a layoff. I like the more active fighter, but I think the skill gap is very wide in this one. So I'm going to go Izzy. Probably by decision. I don't think Pyfer's going to quit, but I think Izzy is going to have a dominant victory return to the top.
I'm going the complete opposite. I think Izzy isn't done, but I think he's nearing towards that done stage where like he's good. He's still going to beat the lower top 10 guys and everything like that. But the guys who's on the rise or the guys who are right there, those are guys who's going to struggle against. I think this is one of those fights.
Okay, ask you one question. Is Izzy known to have a weak chin?
Nah.
Because that's the favorite, how they have Joe winning the fight is by knockout.
Yeah, Pyfer's got really good power. It's just he doesn't set up his punches very well. He doesn't like throw combos. It's just normally he just throws out the nuke. Like he doesn't do any setup punches. And Izzy with the reach advantage for sure. I think he's going to keep him on the outside. Joe might be able to blitz in and catch him with the overhand, but I see just Izzy just skating around.
It's just funny because they have the odds pretty close, but any way for Joe to win, you can make money.
Oh yeah, I can see it. What's Izzy by decision?
Izzy by decision is plus 175.
That's fine.
And Izzy by knockout is plus 300. Joe by knockout is 300. Then it's Joe by sub 550. Joe by points 900, and then everything else is 3,500 and up.
I feel like if you're gonna take a Joe prop, it would probably be the knockout, just because I don't see Izzy. I don't think Joe's a level of grappler as DDP, and DDP was like the only one to sub Izzy that I can remember of recent. So I would go with it. If you're gonna be on the Joe side, I would take the knockout or the points. But I don't. I see Izzy. Josh sees Joe. We'll find out on Saturday night. We find out tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Well, if you guys don't need me, I'm gonna cut out.
All right, brother. Appreciate you coming through.
Have a good show, gentlemen.
I think that'll do it for us. Really, yeah,
that was the show.
That is the show.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Southgate.
Yeah, man. Got through the news, got through the recap, went through the Seattle card. There's a fight next week as well, another Apex card. There also was a new fight announcement. Kyoji versus Cop is coming to the Apex. That's going to be a banger fight. Probably a #1 contender match for the flyweight championship after the Tyra versus Van fight. Fire, watch out for that. We're going to come at you next week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Friday. We might be able to do a Saturday show for Scrap Sheet next week, just depending. So watch out and stay not moved, people.
No, but Friday nights, 9 Eastern, it's the Dribble NBA edition on the Not Move podcast. We break down the week, the trades, the highlights, everything around the league. Tap in, chop it up with us, and get the takes that move the game forward. Stay not moved.
If you're craving baseball talk that doesn't flinch, tap in with us Monday nights at 8 Eastern.
It's the Rusty Mitt MLB edition of the Not Move podcast. Breakdowns, debates, all the swings and misses without the fake fluff.
Join us live or catch the replay wherever you get your pods. Rusty Mitt, not moved. Stay not moved.
Tap into the Not Move podcast every Friday night at 8 Eastern.
We're bringing the Scrap Sheet, UFC edition.
Every jab, every takedown, every headline.
All the fights, all the drama, all the picks, right here.
Watch live on YouTube or listen anywhere you get your podcast. Hit follow, hit subscribe.
And stay not moved.
Tuesday nights just got louder. Ringside Rewind is live every week, 9 Eastern.
We're breaking down Raw, SmackDown, and everything leading into the weekend. If it happens between the ropes, we're talking about it.
Deep dives, hot takes, and a few surprise
and
replays.
A whole lot of arguing.
Yeah, but the good kind.
Ringside Every Thursday night, the Not Move podcast drops a new episode of
In the Wicked,
our deep dive on everything around the NHL.
We break down the plays, the trades, the stats, and the stories that matter.
Plus, a few hot takes along the way.
Join us live at 8 p.m. Eastern, or catch it on your favorite podcast app right after.
Same energy, same on.
The world's game has a new home. Tap into the Not Move podcast every Sunday night at 9 Eastern. It's the football edition, and I'm bringing you the El Uncle Max attack, everything World Cup, every angle, every goal. Breakdowns, laughs, and all the passion in the pitch. Stay locked, stay ready.
Morning bettors, welcome back to Angling the Odds on the Not Move podcast.
Every Monday and Friday, we tear into lines, probabilities, and hidden edges across the boards.
We run the numbers, chart the trends, and find value plays so you can tilt the odds your way.
Live at 10:30 Eastern. Mark it, lock it, and join the conversation.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.